Refried beans from a can often look and taste disappointing. While convenient, they can be dense and bland. Today, I'll show you how to make creamy refried beans from pantry staples. Not only do you control the texture, but you can control the seasoning as well. Save money and make a budget-friendly side dish that's actually worth looking forward to. Hi friend, come on in. Homemade refried beans aren't difficult. They just need a little attention at the end. There are a few small steps that make homemade refried beans dramatically better than canned, and one of the biggest is something most people pour down the drain without thinking. While we can start with any cooked beans in their cooking liquid, I am starting with dried beans to control flavor all the way through. I am sorting through about 1 pound of dried pinto beans to ensure there are no stones. Washed beans can still have bean-sized stones, and your teeth will love you for removing them before cooking. I also give them another wash. I like to soak my beans in a pasta pot. The colander insert makes removing and rinsing the beans very easy. To my sorted beans, I want to add in about 8 cups of water, 2 tablespoons of salt, and a half teaspoon of baking soda. Seasoning the water with salt ensures that the bean is seasoned all the way through. The baking soda helps soften the skins, making it easier to end up with creamy beans later. I also did this in my hummus video with the chickpeas. Even if you are aiming for a rustic, chunkier refried bean, the baking soda helps break down the compounds that can cause bloating. I want to soak my beans at least overnight. This gives the baking soda plenty of time to work. I have linked a video for a quick soak method if you want to speed this up. In the morning, the beans need to be rinsed, and this is where the integrated colander comes in handy. I can pull out the insert, rinse the beans and pot before moving on. Add enough water to cover the beans. To the cooking water, I want to season this. Customize this how you like. I am going with about 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of cumin, a couple cloves of minced garlic, half an onion minced, and 2 bay leaves. If you don't have any fresh garlic or onion, they are easily substituted with onion and garlic powder. The beans are still raw at this point. They need to simmer for at least an hour or more to soften. They need to be soft all the way through. There should not be any firmness to the bean when mashed, or it will leave an undesirable texture to the final refried beans. Allow this to simmer for as long as it takes to reach that soft stage. My beans are old, so they required quite some time to simmer. I kept checking on both the level of doneness as well as the level of the cooking liquid. I continued to add more water as needed to ensure the beans didn't simmer themselves dry. Dried beans don't go bad, they just take longer to cook. I normally buy a 25-pound bag of beans and either cook what I need or pressure can them for a ready-to-use product. Cooked beans can also be frozen in meal-sized portions for easy prepping. Beans are one of the cheapest proteins you can keep on hand. After the beans are soft, I want to heat a large skillet over medium heat and add some fat to it. Traditionally, lard or bacon fat is used. The best fat is the one you have. Oil will work just fine here. Sauté the other half of your onion, minced for a better texture. Cook until the onions are golden and soft. That develops sweetness and helps them disappear into the beans. Add minced garlic at the end and cook about 30 seconds if desired. And these can be substituted with onion and garlic powder as needed. To add in the beans, scoop them out with a slotted spoon and place in the hot fat and onions. Save the cooking liquid. Not only is it full of flavor, but we will need that to ensure the beans do not get too thick. Season the beans. I am using cumin, salt, chili powder, pepper, and crushed oregano. Season for how you plan to use the beans. Keep them simple for a versatile side, or lean into taco seasoning, chili powder, or smoked paprika if you're headed for a specific meal. Cook this for a few minutes over medium heat until heated through and the spices have had a chance to bloom in the hot fat. For a more rustic texture, mashing with a potato masher or fork will do the job. Give it a good mash right in the skillet, making sure to pull the beans from the sides into the flat center for good contact between the pan and the masher. Add in your cooking liquid to thin to your desired consistency. Taste and adjust the spices as needed. For a smoother texture, remove the beans from the skillet to either a blender carafe or a measuring cup and blend until smooth. again adding in cooking liquid to get the desired consistency. The refried beans will thicken as they cool, so if you feel like they are a little too loose, don't worry, they will thicken up. If you feel they are too thick, thin with either more cooking liquid if you have any, water or broth. It is better to go a little looser than have dry beans once they cool. These refried beans are nothing like the sliceable log that comes from a can. They are smooth, spreadable, tasty, and economical. They are like creamy mashed potatoes. Use this to make 7-layer dip, burritos, nachos, tacos, rice bowls, or dip with chips. The biggest difference isn't expensive ingredients. It's cooking the beans until they are truly tender, seasoning them in layers, and using the flavorful cooking liquid to create the perfect consistency. Refried beans are one of those recipes that end up in all kinds of meals. What's your favorite way to use them? Burritos, nachos, tacos, 7-layer dip, or something else? Let me know below.